You are assured of the fact that as long as you've chosen a course that is English taught, you would be taught in English. So, and aside from the fact that the programs are a bit bulky or intense, but in the long run they are worth it.
Yeah, they're actually worth it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, guys. And the next question I'll be asking is, what is the student life like and the standard of living? Are there jobs? Are there restrictions to working? The community, social life? So we'll be taking this like one after the other. So what is the student life like? Can you easily work? And the standard of living, do you need to really work before you can sustain yourself? And I think maybe talking about now using Nigeria as a case study, maybe converting Nigerian Naira to Poland Zloty. Yeah, maybe that could help at least.
Yeah, for me, basically, I didn't start with a scholarship basically for the first year, so how did I survive basically? So it was like that, But generally, Poland is like, it's just a friendly environment to live in. Like everything is quite affordable.
Okay.
Just like Nigeria is affordable, but sometimes it could be difficult to get some things. But this is accessible and affordable basically. So you can live on a very low budget for a very long time. So it's just like that. That was how I lived my first month. But also what helped was, we started online for my course. So I did my first semester basically online. Then came here for all the practicals for my first semester. So I had just one semester where I lived without being given some stipend. So, but all through that semester, which was just like 3 months, it was so cheap to live. The old dormitories, I stayed in dormitory, which was not even up to $50. No, at the time it was not up to $70 monthly. So it was cheap compared to several other European countries and even around other Western countries. So basically it was cheap to live. So it was cool.
So if you have your stipend, you definitely don't even have to worry. And if you're a self-sponsored student, it's still something that's affordable.
Yeah, it's still affordable.
Yeah.
So you can always bring your Naira. No, you convert it.
Don't bring Naira.
But if you convert, you can always. What I meant by bring your Naira was basically when you come to other country, you know you have Naira, so you have to convert to all of the country. So you would survive, you'll be fine. And getting a job is quite easy. Even if you don't get the corporate jobs, you can always get several other jobs which funds you. You can always work to your comfort, like what a number of hours you would love to work compared to other countries.
No restriction.
When I was in Germany, they put restriction on the number of hours they overtax your money. But here in Poland, as a student, you can work for 40 hours, you can work for 60 hours. As far as you are the one working
full-time job.
It's just that when you make money to a certain amount of money, of which is quite much, like the money is quite big, then that's when your tax gets higher than the normal tax. So of which I don't think, unless you're in IT and doing very high paying job, that's when you can make that kind of money that they will overtax.
So like in the UK you have, because when I was in the UK, you have restriction of 20 hours per week, and I think also in Italy, I think it's 20 or 25 hours thereabouts. So it means you can
in Poland, nobody's restricting you. That's one thing
you can also combine a 9-to-5 job. My sister is there. They're working, I think my second semester, though I started with an internship role for 20 hours, but I think September last year I got a fully, I got a full role. So I was working 9-to-5 and also schooling. Though it's crazy. Because during winter you have to just between carrying your laptop to class, trying to stay online working and also listening in class. Though I don't really advise that. But we are Nigerians and we always find our way. And
basically everything around is quite cheap. So even if you don't do those jobs based on the fact of your, like for me, for biotechnology, I had to spend most of my time in the laboratory, in the lab. So I couldn't have done any remote jobs. I couldn't have gone to any physical office or whatsoever. And the only jobs I would have been open to was working at nights and would have been so bad.
Casual jobs.
So basically, so those casual jobs, and I know I'm working, maybe I just want to work for like 8 hours this 2 days and all of that. So I choose the number of hours I work just to get some few money. And the transport system, all of those systems are quite cheap. As a student, you get over 50% off on everything. and even getting the 100% is quite cheap itself. The normal tickets are quite cheap, so when you get 50% off, it's still cheaper. So basically, Poland made it a lot friendlier.
I was going to mention something as regarding working. For me, it was easier to do the corporate job 9 to 5 because fine, my courses were intense. I wasn't going to lab the way it was having practicals. Fine, I was always in class, but not every time. To be honest, there are days that.
Sorry, let me ask. Attendance, are they compulsory?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not compulsory. Lectures is not so.
It's not compulsory.
Except for lab classes.
But basically, you have to have some percentage.
Yeah, but it's
You just
not
have
like
to be diplomatic
everything.
about it, basically. I'm not teaching you to start classes or to be a trans, but also
You have to balance things.
Yeah,
you have to apply wisdom.
70%.
So for me, it was easier for me to do a 9 to 5 job because of this nature of my course. But let's say you were always in the lab, going to field, it will be so difficult for you to do that.
True.
Yeah.
True. Okay, do you want to say something before I ask?
Yeah, another thing which I want to add is that if you happen to study a course that requires like laboratory classes and you're unable to work like during the school time and everything, I would recommend, because we usually have like summer break. So when the summer breaks come, immediately it comes, look for a summer job, go for it, because during summer there's no like restriction to the number of hours you can work. You can work 12 hours in a day. So that's the time, that's what most people usually do. If they don't work throughout the academic section, when it's summer, they go do like summer job, make so much money and use that money to sustain themselves throughout the next academic section. So that's what most people do basically regarding the
And
job.
also you can use the summer period as well. Not even also make money. If you have a little money, you can always use to manage. You can always use that to build your CV, your career path and all of that. Because I remember during the summer I actually did research assistant roles in at the Polish Academy of Science during my summer period. So that actually just boosted my CV and my research experiences, and it gave me some form of confidence like that. And that was the hours of choosing again. So it could be 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours a day. I worked on a particular project, then do 2 hours on maybe some other jobs just to add something to pay. And since Poland is affordable, you can always be comfortable.
Perfect. So it means that even if you are, looking for the money, for the ego and all of that, still try to consider something that will be useful for you in the long run in terms of like your career path. If you are going into academics, even if it's not academics, even if you want to go into the industry, just like let your main focus first. Look for a job that would add value to you. But in the end, even if you're unable to get that, then you can maybe consider other options. So that's perfect. So I wanted to ask that what's like minimum wage per hour for students? Yeah.
Basically around 20, 23 zloty.
Depends on your age as well.
Yeah,
Depends on the age.
Once you're above 26,
You pay tax.
you pay tax.
So you get more?
So no, you get less.
Less.
Wow.
So, but like averagely, the minimum wage per hour is 23.5 for that's just the minimum wage. So if you're a student and you're like, mostly even if you have student status, it depends on the job. It depends on the offer. There are some jobs. If it's a menial job, if it's office job, if you're working like corporate jobs, they pay up to like 40 PLN per hour. Some pay up to 50 PLN per hour, depending on if it's an entry role or associate role. But like the basic minimum for like let's say all these like store jobs or maybe restaurant job is like 23.5, and for like those paying tax it can be like 20.5 kind of. So that's just it. And then you could also, for example, sometimes I teach English online and I get paid up to like 60 PLN, 70 PLN per hour. It depends on the kind of job you're doing, and yeah, it just depends.
Okay, perfect. So I was going to ask that what is like the housing like? Is it easy to get a house, and is it affordable, and like how much would it cost you to feed in a month?
Okay, if you're opportunity to stay in a student dormitory, nothing less than 500 zloty.
Okay.
There's inflation now compared to when we first came in like 2 years ago. But for now, you could still stay in the student dormitory for 500 to 600 zloty. That's like maybe 70,000, 80,000 naira in a month. And feeding should be around 300 zloty or 400 zloty in a month. So it's quite affordable to stay in student dormitory. And also
so that's if you're not feeding a lot.
yeah, that's if you don't eat a lot.
Yeah, guys.
compared to me that I don't eat much. Maybe
More young, me, how? This Mr. Day is the guy here. The guys eat more than
Okay, let's hear from
more than
Mr. Day.
ladies.
How
Yeah.
much do you
I
eat
eat
on
more?
average?
Yes.
No, we don't have to know, but just,
In a week, how much do you spend on food?
in a month. Okay, is it week or month?
Like, let's say week, because like you, how many times do you?
Like you said, maybe 500 in a month. Right? Because
for feeding, no, I didn't say I said for
yeah, like I'm saying maybe 500 in
Okay.
a month is fine. Okay, let's just say going back to my hostel and dormitory time. Yeah, the equivalent of my rent was what I spent monthly.
On feeding.
So as to
That's
spend
because you eat
wisely.
too much.
No, it was still less. It was like 360 for a guy. It's
Yeah, it's quite high even because me, like, I budget my food in a week. Like maybe I spend, I don't know, maybe within 1.5 weeks, maybe 100 zloty based on the food I buy. Depending, I don't even because I don't
depends on
eat
what you
much
also
what
eat.
you
and what you
Yeah,
eat.
if you don't
It
eat
depends
out.
on your
and
taste.
then again, we always buy stuff in most of the kind of thing, like most of these Polish shops, like Carrefour and all of that.
It's cheaper.
But now, when like for me, after graduating, I was free to go to the African store to buy
yeah.
expensive goat meat and all that.
Because now it's a Bugatti go. Yes, money and they pay this to them.
So now we could spend maybe 1,500 in a month.
In a month
or-
on feeding.
Yeah, it depends on what.
Yeah,
you
it
eat
depends.
that
You know,
month.
once in a while,
Like I
you
said, it
can
depends on your
buy
taste.
So you can
African
actually
food.
survive on 250,
Yeah.
300
Perfect.
if you want
so you
to.
can hear that, yeah.
But it's not a struggle. Like you,
Yeah.
even if you don't have anything, you will still see somebody that will just give you something to eat, or it's not like so bad like that, you know.
Yeah.
So
But definitely we won't be depending on
Yeah, that's
just to have an idea of how much it's going to cost you to
It depends on the person.
perfect. So about the social life, is it like really easy to mingle? And I'm not talking about mingling for but is it easy to find maybe like fellow Nigerians to relate with? And aside from maybe Nigerians, is it easy to like just relate with other persons? Are there like communities that you can join to meet people, So how has it been for you guys in that area?
For me, I would say I've not really made Polish friends since I've been here because lifestyle also matters.
Yeah.
I'm not the type that goes to club parties, so most of these Polish people you either meet them in clubs or parties. And if you don't drink also, it's very difficult for them to relate with you.
True.
And language barrier.
Oh, okay.
Because they don't find it confident enough to communicate with you. They have like not like they have low self-esteem, but they find it very difficult to make friendship with you if you don't communicate in Polish very well. So for me, it's been hard saying I have a Polish friend apart from maybe my lecturers and professors in school. When student dormitory, God helped me. I had like blacks around me, so most of my friends are in Poland basically are Africans and few whites.
Oh, perfect. So
I think what helps us as internationals basically are starting from the dormitory mostly. So not just coming to Poland and getting into maybe renting your own apartment. It will not be easy to link up because we know around you, let's say Poland most specifically, there are fewer blacks, fewer internationals, and even the internationals around might be further away from each other. So basically staying in the dormitory actually creates some form of community. Because I know every Saturday, even after graduating, we still converge at a particular location to play football. So we play football for like 5-6 hours, and even people travel from 6 hours. Their travels from journey outside Poznan to come to play football that Saturday. So because we just want to see each other, and from there we build lots of connections. And some of us in particular, not even in our present cities, they're in different cities. Some of them find a way to travel down to play football on a Saturday.
Perfect.
So it's like that. So there's a community around.
So is it also the same thing for you, AY?
yeah, I would say for me,
She makes lots of
I have many friends.
Okay, let's just say it depends on personality.
Yeah, I did not stay in the dormitory, but I have many friends.
Oh, from the onset, you didn't stay in the dormitory.
For my masters, I did not stay in any dormitory. Like since I came to Poznan for my masters, I've been living out of the dormitory.
But in the language,
Yeah, in the language school, I stayed in the dormitory, and that was where I met this big head.
yeah, so it's staying in the dormitory.
Yeah,
Yeah, staying in the dormitory helps, and also if you stay outside, for me, but notwithstanding, it does not matter. If you can still, there's still some people that stay in dormitory and they don't even have friends.
Yeah, that's
So I think this, if you're in this kind of environment, it's easy to make friends depending on your personality, your interests basically. And then, for example, when I go to Poland, I started using more of like Facebook. I have like, I'm in different groups like Poznan International Ladies, so they have like some hangouts, some meetings or reading of books, maybe like book clubs, you know, like all these mutual interests. Oh, someone can just post, oh, I would like to go to a coffee in this coffee shop, will anyone like to join in? So you can join in like that. And also the church is another thing too.
Perfect.
If you go to the church, for example, all of them now, we're all church members. I
you guys should go to church.
So if I didn't go to church, I wouldn't meet this amazing man.
I'm too young.
So go to church, or if you're Muslim, go to mosque. We also have mosques.
Yeah,
Find
but
your
if you also like clubs, you go to clubs.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
people that meet in club, most of my new guys now.
Yeah, that's true. You meet in clubs, and also then at the bus stops, talk to the back chairs and the grandpas. So back chairs are like grandmas. Because the Polish people actually too want to talk, but because of they have a conservative society. But the thing is that when you talk with them, they're always very happy. You know, they like your spirit. For example, like when I went to Sweden for a particular program, you know, my roommate happened to be someone from another place. She's from Estonia and she's white basically. And you know, when I came and I was talking everything, she was so surprised. She really loved me because of the way, you know, I was talking, I was jovial. If I see her, I'll greet her, hey, I'll call her from afar. And she, you know, she was my housemate and she was so happy, and she was asking me like, is this the way people in my country are? Like, is this the way they are? I said, oh, this is where everyone is like, basically almost everyone is like lively and we interact well. So it's not like, maybe, I don't know, some people post online and say, oh, nobody's sitting down beside me inside the tram stop, maybe they are scared of me or something. No, it's just that of like their conservative culture. They don't really engage, and you also have to be careful when you are trying to interact with the locals because they might misinterpret
your intention, or because I've had that issue with my classmates even, and because maybe if I say something, they will just take the words that I say, the way we joke and we are being sarcastic about it. So even if while you are making friends with the locals, you have to be very careful because they came from different backgrounds. They are not like the way we joke around and everything. They are not like that. They take things probably quite personal than we take it. So you also have to be, you know, but yeah, I think you can make friends and you can socialize. Join groups like Facebook groups. Join you. They also have like events like language, Polish blah 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 or English blah 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 like that. They go there. They discuss about language. If you want to learn languages, so there are ways to socialize if you want to. Yeah, good social groups. Now we have the negative one. We have the positive one. So for the good social groups, dormitories, church, and
Facebook groups,
maybe book clubs and all of those things.
Then international groups,
groups.
like that.
So in case they are announcing that there's something that is happening, at least
they create Facebook events and you go there
to like join. If your school or your department is organizing something, you never can tell. Maybe you won't find your
Exactly.
I don't know what that is.
Bukatego means rich.
Yeah, so that's perfect. So I think I forgot asking the other time. Is it easy to get accommodation aside from the cost? You said the cost is okay, but you know, applying for the accommodation in the hostel and maybe outside, because I know one of the issues in maybe Padova and Italy, students find it hard to get accommodation. So
outside.
Both outside, both in school, it's usually competitive. Yeah.
For us in school, it's not.
Poland,
It's not.
It's different.
Once you're a student,
Automatically. Well,
but
that's
not
so
for
nice.
universities. I think I am ministry.
Yeah, my own university, they rejected my application. So the thing is that I think probably because the address I put, but I would say it depends on your university.
But
generally, it's not difficult to get accommodation.
That's
Even some
They have provision for students.
Even universities that don't
Stay in
even
the
have
dormitory.
dormitories. There's this student depot where
Depot. But accommodation is not want, but now it depends on the city. If you're in Warsaw, like in capital, it's very hard. They can give you one small cubicle like that and tell you to be paying one big money. So it also depends on your city too.
But you would still get it. Even
you
if
will
it's
still
expensive.
get it, but it's expensive in some cities compared to other cities.
Yeah,
but it won't be that bad. You are still going to get a place, not so ridiculous. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you guys very much. So yeah, I think we have like 2 or 3 questions more. Then after your study, like, are there opportunities, maybe like jobs? Is it quite easy to get a job and to maybe wait behind? Do you have to apply for another visa to transfer? Like, now that you guys are done with your masters, are you mandated to go back to your own country, or can you still like look for a job and maybe pursue other things you want to pursue?